Mabuhay pageant fans! Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Hey Adam G. I am so glad that you clicked my content for today as I am about to share with you my overall review or assessment of MUP Finals last Thursday night. I know I already did my live and post-live reaction about this, but for today's content, let's talk about it comprehensively for the very last time. Because I know some of you have different reactions or opinion about how the pageant was conducted all throughout this edition. However, I still want to commend the entire Miss Universe Philippines organization for doing its mighty best to come out with an edition despite our current pandemic situation. Diba? Because I know a lot of you are still raising their eyebrows at the choice of venue that they had for the finals, but I still think the venue proved to be a safe choice for all the people involved: the contestants, judges, visitors, and the production crew. I think more than looking for a huge venue, the organization's main goal or objective was to make sure that everyone was safe by making sure that nobody wouldn't be roaming around elsewhere, as the venue is just right within the confines of the resort. Because let's face it, guys, the organization, MUP, could have opted to do it in an outdoor venue or let's say in a coliseum probably 10 blocks away from the resort. But I think the organization has to think of safely transporting the contestants and their respective families back and forth the venue along with the production crew. So there is a huge risk talaga na they might get COVID, yung palipat-lipat. So, nagets nyo? So now I really get it. Holding the finals in the resort made them able to control everything as all of the people involved are inside the hotel. In short, wala na makakapaglibot-libot pa elsewhere. So, yeah, it's really the best option for them at this point in time. And I really applaud them for thinking outside the box in finding ways to hold the finals safely. So going back to the venue, I know it's just very small, but I really commend the organization for making it up with the glossy feels and camera angling or panning that it employed during the show, as those two really made you think that the stage was huge. Yeah, so watching the show, I really liked the opening segment of it because they both had an intro video and an opening dance number, which I thought were two of the highlights of the show. The introduction video, where the girls were seen strolling around the beach shoreline in their stunning resort wear creations, really made the girls look so aliwalas with their styling. I just love that this video presentation made the girls showcase themselves in their best possible light through their wardrobe, through their stunning wardrobe. Then the opening dance number came next, and I just loved the whole feel of it as the girls were wearing asymmetrical dresses while they dance and do their pasarela at the same time. I thought the mix of dance and pasarela made us more appreciate the presence of the girls on stage. And at this point in time, the standouts for me in this round were Janela, Bea, Katrina, and then Bea and Maureen, as the camera kept panning to their faces. And I also love how they did a little extra something with their intros, as they mentioned a little trivia about themselves, apart from the usual introduction of the name, age, and hometown, diba? So maybe the reason why I got to appreciate the opening dance number more was because the stage was very well lit. As in, guys, ilaw na ilaw from all sides, and the camera transitions were very smooth and not abrupt. So yeah, because I feel like the technical crew made shots from different angles and sides cohesively. Also, another highlight of the opening dance number for me was Rabia dancing along with the girls on it. I thought Rabia looked beautiful with her makeup there, but I can't say the same thing with her dress there, as I feel she just wore a typical cocktail dress for the opening. Kasi for me, I don't know lang, guys, when you are the reigning queen and you will be dancing in the opening dance number, you really have to make us feel that you are the reigning queen and that you should be grander than life. Siguro probably maybe it's because I keep comparing this segment to how MGI does it with their opening numbers abroad, na parang concert level talaga ang datingan. So I just wish Rabia sported something grander here. Then came the sheen dress segment, which I never got to understand at all. The girls were divided in color coded sheen dresses, which I don't know if they were graded or scored at this segment, as I feel only a few girls stood out here. Diba? Na parang feeling ko some girls look better than the others because of the color coding and the designs of the dresses, to say the least. So, pero in this round, I thought, the standouts here, in my opinion, were uh, pating, Katrina, Bea, Janela, na feeling ko, ang ganda-ganda dito. Leren, ang ganda-ganda talaga rin ng mukha niya. And especially Steffi, na talagang nanlilisik yung mga mata niya dito. And then came the top 16 announcement. As you all saw in my live reaction, I am so happy that I got all 16 girls correctly in the list. Wow. Sa totoo lang, I really had goosebumps after the announcement. As in, wow, nakuha ko talaga silang lahat. I was just so elated to see my girls in the top 16, diba? In the finals. And it is also at this point where I appreciate the organization for getting the runners-up to be part of the affair by hosting the segments backstage. Seeing them banter with the contestants backstage feels like some sort of passing the baton to these girls. Na parang, there is just huge sentimentality involved with it. Kasi, I mean, seeing Michelle and Bella, most especially, na hindi natin laging nakikita sa mga events, made me feel like they have really come full circle at this juncture of the event. Then came the swimsuit and evening gown rounds of the competition, and this is where I thought the real battle started, as all the girls really killed it in both rounds. So let's start with the swimsuit segment. To be honest, guys, I am still on the fence about these red metallic swimsuit color. I just noticed that they accessorized the girls too much on this segment, which I really thought was very unnecessary. And I also love the capes attached to their swim, as it gave the segment some sort of a Victoria's Secret feels na I thought, wow, ang ganda. And I also thought that the minimal accessorizing on some girls really elevated the whole look. Overall, guys, the swimsuit segment was okay for me, as I just feel some girls were overly styled here compared to the others. Because if you observe carefully, Chella and Steffi wore simple accessories on their swimsuits, while the other girls wore so many necklaces, which I thought was really unnecessary talaga. So kung ganito lang din naman sana na uneven yung distribution ng accessorizing nila for each girl, I wish they would have stuck to the red metallic swimsuit na lang talaga. Either that or with a cape or accessories, 'di ba? And it is also at this point where I miss the song again, yung magandang dilag. And I wish it was retained talaga. Probably because I just miss the song so much, na talagang naging iconic or memorable na siya sa akin, na up until now, as I talk to you, the song keeps playing on my head. So apart here in the swim round, as I've said in my live, I really found Steffi Aberastori the best in this round. I thought she was the best in swimsuit here, hands down in this segment talaga. I feel like nobody came close to her, as she was really on fire in this round. I also love Leren here, as I thought she gave me an elegant presentation and finally gave me the smiles that I wanted from her. And then, who else? Katrina din. Katrina's long legs here were on full display, and her twirls here were very smooth. Also, Maureen shown here. Her face and body were to die for talaga here. Then Abelo here, also shown because of her tone and athletic body. And this is also the time that I was really stunned by Kiss's body transformation here, as I thought, wow, she really looked amazing in it. However, I know this might be an unpopular opinion, but I thought her spray tan here all over her body was very severe. I think na over yung tan niya on this round, as I feel Kisses already has the facial beauty that could take her to the top. But with her tan here, I thought parang feeling ko nawala yung celebrity glow niya, guys. Sorry. Siya kasi yung tipong kahit na alam mo yun, guys, kahit maliit na yung face niya, mapapansin mo pa rin siya. But since nagpatan siya, parang feeling ko nawala yung glow sa face niya. Now, let's go to the evening gown segment of the competition naman. And this is where I will try to dissect each girl here with their performance. The first on my list is Chella Falconer from Misamis Oriental. I really love that she stuck to her red gown here, but unfortunately, I read somewhere that she was supposed to wear another gown but was prevented from doing so for undisclosed reasons. I saw the rumored gold gown online and I thought the red prelims gown added that much needed spice on Chella's overall persona. Had she worn white or gold or any other soft color, it would have made her look more Miss International given her sweet face. But with this red gown, she channeled her own inner Iris Mittener during the latter's farewell walk during Miss Universe 2017. And since I figured Chella had no other choice, she still nailed it in this round. However, I just noticed that she had a more powerful or impactful presentation during preliminaries, as I noticed she did not wear her earrings here, which also contributed to the power of her overall look here. And this, I also wish na sana she also sported a high bun here to give it a more power or mas lumitaw palalo yung mukha niya. But nevertheless, she still caught my attention with that beautiful face, which reminded me so much of Angelica Alita. Next is Kisses de la Vin from Masbate. Wow, she really looked amazing here. Kisses look really amazing, sa totoo lang. I thought she had her own Gwyneth Paltrow moment in Tom Ford with this white Louis Pangilinan gown. I think it was really a brilliant move that Sir Louis added structure on her shoulders as Kisses looked commanding when she entered on stage. And the cape or sleeves, wow, which hit the floor, added pizzazz to her overall look, diba? And going white made Kisses really look longer on stage. And it is also at this point that I think, and it is also at this point that what I did not appreciate Kisses' tan here in swim somehow for this round, her tan worked as it provided a great contrast to her all-white structured gown. Now, we go to Sam Santa Maria from Parañaque. I really think that this girl should come back again. I just feel her nerves got the best of her at this time. As you can see, her hands were always by her waist. Napansin nyo? Pero sa totoo lang, lumalaban pa rin talaga siya dito sa round na yun. Kasi ang lakas talaga maka-Divinely ng aura niya, which is a good surprise. Because as we all know, Divinely, yung socialite is really palaban, yet is very classy and expensive. And the fabric and color of this Raho Laurel gown, talagang wow. Napansin nyo, may pagka-ala Aurora Borealis na ang dating. May nagpa-purple, biglang nagbu-blue, and I appreciate that they wanted her to shine, but in a different way here. So instead of using crystals or beads for her gown, they thought of doing it by choosing another fabric or material for this gown. Kuminang talaga siya dito, but in a very, very different way. And then her makeup here is very on point na, very edgy na. She looked like a baddie. Had she worn a simple bun for this look or kept everything minimal, I thought it would have been better. And next is Cristel Abello from Aklan. When Cristel stepped on stage, honestly guys, my jaws dropped and I almost fell off my chair talaga. Her look was bearing and gave us tanga realness as she gave us high fashion during her poses in the end, which was very, very strong. If I only have to critic lang, I thought the gown was perfect in her, but for me, sana, alam mo yon, she could have stayed or she could have kept her short bob, or sana nilugay na lang niya yung buhok niya para magkaroon talaga ng Marilyn moment talaga siya dito in her white gown to make her more retro fabulous. But overall, I have no problem with her cherry Veric gown, as I feel her gown was quite different enough from the rest. And now we go to Jasmine Umadi from Manila. You know what, guys? I was really rooting for Jasmine here to give me some glamour and opulence, but I feel like she failed me with this choice of gown, as I feel she did not shine or quite faded, in other words. Pero in terms of close-ups, wow, I have nothing to say because her makeup here was really on point and her facial transitions were really good. It's just that her gown was a little bit dated for my taste. Na I wanted something more exciting sana from Jasmine. I feel she really deserved a more exciting gown. Next is Karina Balos from Mandaluyong City. For me, Karine gave an okay performance but perfectly redeemed herself in this Mark Baumgartner gown, which was couture-worthy for me. As I see more details and look at the details of her gown up close, it's now that I realize it's not pageant patty pala. From its magnificent construction to its draping, wow, I just realized how hard it was for Sir Raho to do this, as this gown make Corinne look so long and elegant on stage. So for me, this was really memorable for me. Had she gone with a typical beaded gown, I don't think she would have made it to top 10, because I think her gown, I feel, really appealed to the rich and alta ladies in the judging panel. So that's why I got her top 10 placement. Next is Steffi Aberastori from Cebu Province. When Steffi walked on stage in this round, wow, I thought she looked like an Atelier Versace model. The lines on the bodice of her dress and the fringe detail on her bottom looked like she was on fire. I think the ombre effect with the yellow and orange could have gone either way, but it was done perfectly. That added more drama as she sashayed down the stage with that effect. You know, that sleek, tapos ito rin yung the sleek back ponytail really highlighted her beautiful face. Yung alam mong walang budol talaga ang beauty ni Steffi, from the front, from the sides. Ang galing lang talaga na highlight tong face niya. But if there is a minor critique that I have to say lang, I wish she could have worn a simple stud earrings, or probably none at all, so that it could not have competed with her face. Para talagang diretso talaga ang tingin mo sa mukha ni Steffi sa screen. But overall, it was great. Now we go to Victoria Velasquez Vincent's gown from Cavite. Okay, guys, I am changing my mind about DVV's Fernamato gown here as I watch her performance again on tape. I now get why I wasn't raving at her performance here at first, as I thought she was not able to execute her hair and makeup here. I just wish na alam mo yon, na soften talaga yung hair waves niya dito, or she could have sported her hairstyle during prelims, which was yung hair straight down, so it could have more highlighted her beauty talaga here in this round. But enough of hairstyling here. Let's go to her gown. I think that antique bronze color made her look so expensive and sophisticated. The color really looked like an armor sa kanya, which is a perfect juxtaposition to her softness here in the evening gown round. And now we go to Mirhan Hipolito from Angeles City, Pampanga. For me, Mirhan's beauty is really synonymous to simple beauty, and that's really her appeal. Na very Janine or Miriam Kimbao with a high neck and beautiful face. I think her gown here was better than prelims, but I still believe it was still a better gown overall. Now, had she worn a different gown altogether, a gown na I think which is not busy with all those details, I think that kind of gown would have highlighted her face more, diba? Then, probably, kung nasuot niya yung klaseng gown na yun na simple lang, it could have made her to top 10. Kasi talaga, sana yun talaga yung mga gown na mga simple ang mga babagay sa kanya, along the lines of gowns na sinuot ni Miriam nung Miss Universe. I thought dapat ganun kasimple lang yung gown ni Mirhan para talagang mas nag-shine pa yung face niya here. Next is Janela Quaton from Albay. You know what? It may not look the most innovative design, but it was exquisitely made by Gerson de Mavivas. What I appreciate about this gown is that the cutouts were very strategic, and at the same time, ang ganda-ganda niya talaga dito. Bumagay sa kanya. Mukha siyang mamahalin talaga dito. And what I appreciate about Janela here in this round is that she kept everything simple. Hair straight na pushback, simple earrings, making it a little bit modern. Because had she sported a very curly hair or curls and huge crystal earrings, it would have looked hoochie. Aminin nyo. So yeah, kudos to her stylist. Next is Ayn Bernos from San Juan City. I really like Ayn Bernos' gown here, but I think it did not highlight her features. I wish she kept it more simple, like the one Kisses wore, na white gown, para she... Kasi sa totoo lang, parang feeling ko she looked pageant patty with her gown, which is, I feel, is a great contrast to her image na trailblazing. And I wish she could have worn a gown na simple lang that would have accentuated her tiny waist and toned legs talaga. And her style of gown here, although beautiful on how it was made, just looked pageant patty for me. Next is Jane Mignano from Romblon. Wow, she really literally took my breath away as this red gown fit her beautifully, as I appreciate her clean and chic styling. I like the overall design, diba? And her gown really made a great impact on her on stage. Talagang masasabi ko lang, the future is really bright for this girl. Next, we go to Maureen Rabowitz from Pangasinan. You know what? when Maureen stepped on stage in this one-shouldered, heavily crystallized nude tulle gown by Mara Chua or by Ushi Sato, she really shot it down because she really looked like aggression goddess ala, ala the recent collection of Christian Dior. Na alam mo yon, I love the overall simplicity of the design as Maureen was able to really showcase her strong walk, and I thought she was perfectly styled here. I thought she looked so ethereal and youthful with with this dress this time around. And thank God, hindi na kasing tigas ng buhok niya. Yung buhok niya dito sa finals as she went lighter with her hairspray. So finally, gumagalaw at may sarili ng buhay talaga yung buhok niya. And also, I love the fact that her hair down, yung lugay niyang buhok here, made her so youthful with that glow as we got to appreciate her face even more. But as an aside, her dress here hit the best and right color for this gown because the color of this gown, napansin niyo, was playing eye tricks to me on my eye kasi hindi mo alam if it's rose gold, blush, or silver or any other color na once the light hits Maureen's gown on stage. So the more you look at it, the more interesting it becomes. And now we go to Katrina Di Maranan's dress. I know some people have mixed reactions about Katrina's white VJ Floresca gown here, but I think it was the perfect choice for Katrina as it made her a standout in this round, as she was the only girl who wore a clean white outfit in a sea of fully beaded gowns in this round. I also thought that her high bun here perfectly complemented her whole look as we got to appreciate her face even more. And I also think, this is an unpopular opinion, the eagle brooch pinned on her gown perfectly framed her face. So for me talaga, she really stood out here. The whole outfit made her look like aggression goddess talaga. Next, and last but not the least, is Bea Luigi Gomez from Cebu City. I thought Bea stood out in this round in this blue Fern Amato gown, which I really think complemented her athletic frame here with those sharp lines devoid of any bordoloy except for that beadwork, which was so intricate and beautiful. I really love the gown. But if I have a minor critic lang, I wish she could have chosen a different pair of shoes. With that high slit of hers, it would have really looked better had she sported a simple pair of sandals and didn't need that height anymore as she is already tall. Because for me, if you're going to wear a nude platform talaga, it really has to be the exact match of your skin tone, so as not to break the lines. But the gown in itself was really good. It was really opulent. Oh, meron pa pala. Leren Bautista from Laguna. Wow, this gown reminded me so much of her Binibining Pilipinas performance, but way, way, way better with another fringe moment here. Alam mo, dito ko lang talaga na-realize na kahit anong ipasuot mo talaga kay Leren, hindi talaga siya magmumukhang bastusin sa kanya. And up to this day, wow, sana nakapasok talaga siya sa top 5 because of her queenly aura and projection last Thursday night. And tapos you can see that there was fire in her eyes that night, and that was what all we needed from her to seal the deal. As in, when she came out in this evening gown, she really looked like a woman and not a girl, but a woman. Babaeng babae. Imagine if she was emanating this strong vibe from the screen to us nung nanonood tayo sa live stream, how much more pa kaya in person na yung paglabas niya talaga sa screens natin sa laptop, talagang wow! 'Di ba? I felt like the whole world stopped sa kanya nung tumutok na talaga sa mukha niya yung camera, and considering that she came after both Kat and Steffi, she really did a great job holding her own. So just wow. Now let's go to top 10. I think the girls who advanced to this round really deserve their placements. Yes. I get why girls like Kisses Delavine, Karina Balos, and Sam Santamaria made it here, as I thought they had really made a good impression with the very alta judges with their overall presentation since the beginning of the show. And as what you had seen during my live reaction, with their alta background as their common denominator, I really had a gut feeling that the girls who had class and elegance in their presentation would eventually do better in this competition. Say for example, Cristel Abello, who sported a very modern gown, but I feel the sexy cuts of her gown might not have resonated well with the society lady judges. So this is why I got why Kisses, Corinne, and Sam moved to the next round, as they presented themselves very classy, yet retaining their relatability factor with them. So sometimes I feel it's in the lineup or mix of judges talaga that will really determine one's destiny in pageants eh. Diba? Because if you remember, who remembers Gazini's time here in Binibining Pilipinas? Remember, there were good-looking men in the judging panel like Gerald Anderson, tapos isang basketball player, and some male ambassadors who I thought really appreciated Gazini's baklang-baklang performance that night. So that's why Gazini scored so high during the finals that time. And now, so if you apply it here, same here in MUP last Thursday night. MUP had alta judges, so they would naturally gravitate to those ladies who exhibited the same qualities on stage. And as I had also said in my live reaction, I like that MUP put a twist to its top 10 selection by interviewing the girls right away the moment they got called. Medyo may konting critic lang ako dito. I wish the top 10 I wish that the top 10 questions were different and could have been streamlined, because as it turned out, hindi pantay-pantay yung mga questions na tinanong sa kanila in terms of gravity or degree. Napansin niyo yon, or do you get what I mean? Parang hindi naging partial yung scoring natin, how we scored or viewed these girls in this round, as I feel some girls got questions which highlighted their interesting backstories or background. Like for instance, we love Katrina's fun fact that she was so close to her lola, or Bea's LGBT background and advocacy, which I thought made them look all the more relatable and impressive. While the other girls got questions about their love for traveling, which I thought was quite basic and ordinary or typical. Gets nyo? Parang ang naging labanan dito sa top 10, pagandahan ng backstory or background. And if you were a contestant who led a very sheltered or comfortable life, parang suddenly naging disadvantage yun on your part in this round. So sana the questions would have been all simple for each girl for us to really test their comm skills or wit evenly. Or sana nag-speech na lang sila in this round for a uniform judging. Diba? Now at this round, I thought the eventual top 5 plus Kisses and Corinne really nailed the top 10 round. And it is also at this point in time where I thought the judges were so torn between Bea, Kat, and Steffi. Especially with the latter, si Steffi. Talagang kinabahan na rin ako sa chances niya dito, as I thought she run in circles while delivering her answer here sa top 10. And that Janela or Leren had better answers than her, so pwedeng makuha yung spot ni Steffi. But I guess when she got called in the top 5, this is the moment where, upon careful realization or reflection, that I realized the judges like Steffi so much that they were so willing to give her another chance to redeem herself in the next round. Na talagang Steffi was able to capture the attention of the judges despite not giving a great answer in top 10. So when she was called first in top 5, I was so happy because I thought she really deserved it too, based on her overall showmanship. Now, when the top 5 answered their Q&As, I thought it was a toss between Katrina and Maureen, who I thought really gave the best answers here. Katrina really killed her answer here, while Bea, for me, was okay lang and sounded right for me at this round. While VVV's mic issue and soft delivery kind of lost the impact of her momentum of her answer. Napansin nyo? However, content-wise, VVV's answer was really good. Had she delivered a more assertive tone, she would have placed higher. Diba? And as for Maureen naman, her answers I felt were bitin, as I find her facial expressions pa cute towards the end of her answering, especially with the lack of stronger ending. So yeah, I noticed that she also smiled awkwardly here, which I really think did not sit well or resonate well with the judges. So I really won't dwell on the announcement of winners na, kasi nakita nyo naman na yun sa live reaction ko. Of course, we all expected Katrina to win, but it turned out to be Bea. So how do I feel Bea's win now? Of course, I was really surprised. It's really a pleasant surprise, as I know she also performed well during the finals. Nakita naman natin, di ba? She was very consistent. And I realized now when it came to Q&A, upon careful realization, that the judging panel was really looking for a certain look to win. Kasi titignan nyo, they seemed or preferred to have a morena or Pinay looking this time around, as evidence with Katrina and Bea ending up in the top 2, while the three mestizas got scored lower. And although Katrina really answered her question well, ngayon ko lang na-realize na probably it was not enough for the scale to tip on her side. And I also do get Bea's upset win at the same time, knowing she must have stunned the judges with her strong stage presence, which honestly, I can relate to. Sa totoo lang. Remember guys, I was one of the judges during Binibining Cebu where Bea won. And I am telling you guys, Bea really has an imposing presence on stage talaga. So I get why the judges this time around unanimously voted for her to win. Ang mahirap kasi sa atin talaga lang tayong mga nanonood lang sa live stream, we just all relied on what we saw from our laptop screens, which must have been completely different from, let's say, if we were watching it in the venue. So nagets nyo? So now what do I think about Bea's chances in Miss Universe and the impact that she is generating in Miss Universe Philippines now? I think crowning someone like Bea, who has a colorful background, complements Miss Universe Philippines' progressive image as a modern pageant who champions diversity and representation. Remember guys, Bea is not just a mere LGBT supporter, but she is an active member of it. And I think she will be a great face for all minorities underrepresented in this pageant scene. Now, crowning someone like her will make people from these groups feel that they are valued and appreciated. Now, who could contribute meaningful changes pala on society? And I think aminin nyo talaga, we are so used to women portraying themselves in a certain way to be crowned, or there is a specific standard a woman has to achieve to get the title or to win a crown nowadays. But with Bea Luigi here, she is showing that she is also showing that women who also belong to the LGBT community can just be themselves, and who they are as a person will not be a limitation but instead a catalyst for change, capable of achieving great things as well. So I think with Bea going to Miss Universe now, I think she has the technical skills when it comes to pasarela, and being a model, I think she can go head to head with the Latinas in terms of technique. And also, being tall at 5'9" will really be a huge advantage, as height is might in pageantry talaga. So hindi na tayo magko-complain uli na magpapadala ulit tayo na maliit na representative, considering that the P group in Miss Universe again this year is very strong. 'Di ba? So no doubt, Bea Luigi will really perform on stage talaga come Miss Universe. And I think at this point in time, all she has to do is work her presence on or off stage na lang, whether be it in person or in social media, and especially with the latter, as I feel we want to get to know more of her with her advocacies or any other interest. So we really have to know her well on every post that she does from now on, because we want pageant fans to relate with her more. Na right now, she has to realize that she is no longer just a model but a spokesperson. So she needs to get out to engage us, be it whether in a photo shoot or an advocacy or any interest that fans could identify themselves with here, so that she will really eventually get our 100% support by the time she goes to Miss Universes in Israel. But if there is one remarkable thing I notice about Bea right now, is that she seems unbothered. She seems unbothered and has developed a strong mental fortitude to equip herself with navigating with her reign so far. Whether it's her strategy to post less so as not to be distracted by the social media noise, it's quite working, but I hope she could eventually strike a balance of making her mental fortitude stronger while engaging us with her curated posts on social media from time to time. So I think the second edition of Miss Universe Philippines is still a triumph, because its new representative really reflects its new slogan, Inspire You, that despite the odds, roadblocks, limitations, and challenges both MUP and an underrated contestant like Bea face, they still persevered and gave their very best at this very challenging time. MUP coming out with the glossy feels of the finals despite the limitation and attracting a set of high caliber women joining its edition this year is really a win in all aspects. So I just want to remind the Filipino fans na kahit hindi nanalo yung manok natin, Bea is still a deserving winner, and more than ever, she needs our support. And instead of bringing her down, we need to uplift her kasi ayoko na talaga maulit yung nangyari kay Rabia nung Miss Universe last May na nagpasindak siya sa lahat ng mga nababasa niya sa social media. Because for me, this is going to be a once-in-a-lifetime experience for Bea. So let us not ruin her chances of winning by being so negative towards her. Na let's really surround her candidacy with positivity instead. Na wag na natin inega, wag na tayo mag-chismis or mag-attack sa kanya ng negative online in the next few weeks as it will really not help her at all. So sana, love and love. Sana love and light lang. So there you go guys, pasensya na ang haba talaga ng commentary ko, umabot ng 1 oras, pero this is the last time I will talk about it. I'm just very passionate about this year's batch kaya I was able to talk more about it in detail. So let me know your thoughts about this. Feel free to share your comments down below on the comment section if I made some valid points about this review. Alright guys, until my next video. Bye!